I didn't know suffering was an option. I thought pain and suffering went together. I thought it was like spaghetti and sauce. Once you get them together, they're entangled. And I mean, every time you hear the terminology, it's pain and suffering. I even did a video on getting past pain. I was stuck in a pain loop, and I got to go back and listen to it because I wonder if I confused suffering with pain then. I didn't make the distinction between the two and was listening to a lecture. I love Alan Watts. I am a student of Dr. Joe Dispenza. I love all of the great masters that I've been learning from, including Abraham Hicks, Bashar, Louise Hay, Wayne Dyer. The list is, oh boy, so many. And I was not. I mean, when you hear that cute little saying, I was today years old when I learned that. I was today years old when I learned that suffering was not mandatory. I didn't even know how to separate the two. So I can give you, I guess the easiest way I've been able to understand it is that pain is an inevitable part of life. That's what it is. Suffering is the story that we tell about the pain that we're in. We're kind of layering it on top of the pain, and it is needlessly so. We don't have to do it, but we do it. And I've been working on, I think that would lead me to the learning of, oh my God, I'm in a victim mindset. Okay, well, that's suffering, right? That is when you're in a victim mindset, the outer world is controlling you and it is causing you to suffer. And I can suffer. And to be able to distinguish between the two and to have the freedom that I can just let it go, is such a big deal to me. So I had a recent, very sad experience of pain in my own life recently. My beloved canine companion passed recently, and that is inevitable pain. There's a lot of pain that goes with that. And I always say the deeper the love, the deeper the grief. It is a price that we pay. We willingly pay it. I pay it over and over again. That's a pain that's inevitable. It's part of life. When someone in your life dies, there will be pain. And of course, there's physical pain. That's sort of inevitable. We're always hurting ourselves. You whack your elbow, you stub your toe. There's pain with that too. But there's no story attached to it, right? It's just pain. It's part of being on this planet. So it came to light after Annie passed that there could have been a situation with a medication that she had been on that could have created some of the symptoms later in her life. And I had the realization that this information could cause me deep suffering. And I also understood I didn't have the bandwidth to deal with it. I knew there had to be action. Like I knew had to take action so that you could let the vet know so that other animals didn't have the same experience. But I did know that it could cause me to spiral into suffering. So I did understand that I could begin to suffer more. But it's only when I was listening to this lecture that, like, at this outstandingly advanced stage of my life, to learn that pain and suffering don't necessarily have to go together is such a level of freedom. I just can't even, I'm like, I feel like I've got a weight off because suffering seems so natural when in fact it's actually unnatural and we're making ourselves miserable. And that when you begin anything in suffering, you keep getting more and more thoughts. Like the suffering, it deepens and deepens. You can spiral right into a depression. And I have. And to know that it was optional, it was needless, is really amazing. So I think the how to would be the awareness of it, just having the awareness, but catching your thoughts. So there will be painful times in our lives. For instance, you lose a job, your best friend leaves you. These are very painful events. It's the story that we keep telling about it. Life is unfair. Why is this happening to me? This, those, them, wah. It's so painful. It makes the pain too much because you're suffering through it. So I guess I just wanted to hop on because it was such a big deal for me to understand I didn't have to go there. And even though I I had a little bit of an intuitive bit when it came to my canine beloved and that I didn't need to suffer, um, I gotta tell you, I can feel the pain and the grief, but it's lighter because I'm not trying to do anything other than accept it. Which would kind of get us right into Michael Singer and his whole letting go, the untethered soul. So many great masters. And I love that you've joined me for a minute. And if you have any stories of your own suffering and how you pulled yourself out of the suffrage, I would love to hear about it. And you never know, like our stories, you can tell the smallest story and you have no idea how much it helps somebody else. And I love reading the comments. Thanks for stopping by my channel, starting over at 60, and I'll see you in the next video.